Let us not forget everything that happens. It's by the will of Allah. Holy will. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or a duty unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Tune into Sunnahfollowers, stream it every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnahfollowers.
Join us every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the sis Laila Live call-in and answer show. Please join Ustadah Laila Nasheeba if you have any questions in regards to this theme. Call in at 862-370-2838. Now streaming on various platforms right here on Sunnahfollowers.
Call in. And by the way, what are you getting a pierce today? Let's talk about it.
Any other questions?
This is gonna be good.
Welcome to Ask Sister Laila Live.
By the way, what are you getting a pierce today? Let's talk about it.
Wait a minute.
Time for the sis Laila Live Show.
This is
Lines
gonna
are
be
now
good.
open. 862-370-2838.
Okay. Wait a minute. Woo. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Little technical difficulties. Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasul. Welcome to the Ask Sister Laila Live Show. And alhamdulillah, I want to welcome everybody here. And again, this is the last week. Inshallah, this will be where we're going into the last week before Ramadan. The last week before Ramadan. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of questions about Ramadan itself. And if you do have questions about Ramadan, do not hesitate to ask them. And I want to remind everybody that from now on until the end of Ramadan, the 6 o'clock class that I teach every day will focus on the fiqh of fasting. The fiqh of fasting, and inshallah, I will walk you through what's expected of you for this upcoming month of Ramadan. Inshallah, I'll help you to get through the month of Ramadan, to make it through. We'll give you that hope that you need, that push that you need, that encouragement that you need to make it through. So for those of you who are new to fasting, for those of you who are new to practicing, don't fret. Laila Nasheeba is here, and inshallah, I'm going to help you get through the upcoming month. And again, any questions that you have, there's a few ways that you can ask them. Number one, you can type them here on the screen. Inshallah, if you are on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or D Live or Twitch or Trovo or LinkedIn. I can see whatever you type. So all you'd have to do is type your questions here, and inshallah, I can respond. Or you can call the number here that's on the screen, the 862-370-2838. You know, if you have a question, and I do have operators standing by to take the call. Or you can join our Zoom room at www.sunnahfollowers.net, and you can take the mic and ask your question, or you can send the question to Sister Fame. Type it in the Zoom room to Sister Fame, and she'll ask it. And by the way, for those of you who are in the Zoom room, let me remind you, don't send your questions to me, because I can't see you in the Zoom room, because I'm looking through the camera of my streaming program. So I'm watching everyone through my streaming program here, not the Zoom. I won't be looking at anything that you type or looking at the room, period. So any questions, try to send them here to the, send them to Fame, or type them for everyone on the Zoom room. And alhamdulillah, Ramadan, as I was speaking about earlier today, guys, this is one of the most important months of the year for us, because it's the month of forgiveness of our sins. It's the month of change. I'm always reminding the Muslims every year that Ramadan represents the month of change for me, because, you know, this is the time to change your relationship, you know, with Allah, to make it better. Also, Ramadan is special because I tell you, there's no such thing as an Islamic New Year. I repeat, there is no such thing as an Islamic New Year. I repeat again, there's no such thing as an Islamic New Year. New Year has nothing to do with worshiping Allah. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't develop an Islamic New Year. This came around during the caliphate of Umar. And the reason why Umar did it was to be different. He said, I want to be different than the non-Muslims. You know, I want to mark our New Year with the time that we migrated, left Mecca and went to Medina to practice our religion. So that's how our calendar became different. Okay, but if there would have been a so-called Islamic New Year, for us Muslims, the New Year would begin with Ramadan. Why? Because it's the most special month of the year. It's the month of change. It's the month of new beginnings. It's the month of starting over. It's the month of everything. So, you know, Ramadan, this is a very sacred month for us. And again, I hope that you guys are preparing for it. And the way to prepare for Ramadan is not by fasting. In fact, I don't encourage any of you to be doing any type of fasting right now, unless you are making up your fast from last Ramadan, or unless it's part of your regular habit to fast. Does everybody understand? Because if you start fasting now, you're going to be burnt out by the time Ramadan begins. After the second week of Ramadan, you'll be ready to call in the quits. So how do we prepare for Ramadan? The way that we prepare for Ramadan is spiritually, by purifying our hearts, purifying our souls, cleaning the home. You know, I really hope that the Muslim women here, that you guys are taking the time to clean your home. It's time to do spring cleaning. It's time to do Ramadan cleaning, because you want to make your environment spiritual, so as the angels of mercy will enter into your home. You want to purify your home, purify your environment against anything that will attract the denizens of Shaitan. So how do we prepare for Ramadan? By cleaning our house up, clean out the closets, clean up your bedrooms, And also by cleaning your heart, freeing your heart of all those negative emotions that take you down, like depression, those negative emotions like anxiety, those negative emotions like unhappiness, sadness. Start looking at the positive things in your life instead of focusing on the negativity in your life. That's how we prepare, you know. And so again, if you have any questions that you would like to ask me about anything, go ahead and start typing them on the screen, or you can join the Zoom room or whatever. Are there any questions right now, Sister Fame?
Yeah, one question here. The question is, what is the proper channel to get to know a man for marriage in my 40s and divorced?
I told you guys, I hope y'all got questions, because what's going to happen is we're going to be talking about this again. The same thing with the women on marriage. So please, any other questions, type them, but I'm going to answer this too. But the other questions, please type them, guys, because we get these same questions every Friday from women about marriage and polygamy. Okay. Her question is, how can she do what with a man? How can she what? How can she find a man?
Yeah, she said the proper channel to get to know a man for marriage.
You don't get to know a man. We're not kafirs. Our lifestyle is different than the non-Muslims. It's all about well or better. Okay? Non-Muslims get to know their people before they get married. We know better than that. Islam teaches us that you will never know a person. You're not going to ever get to know a man better until you live with him. That's what Islam teaches, the truth. So we don't do that. If a woman wants to get married, there's a protocol she has to follow. We don't go looking for our own husbands either. That's not our lifestyle either. Again, that's the kafir women. If a Muslim woman wants to get married, she goes to her guardian. It doesn't matter how old she is, whether she's 10, whether she's 110. She goes to her guardian and she lets her guardian know. I wonder how I can, when they type, oh, okay. She asked, let me do this. I want to make it so I can't see y'all text boxes popping up. How does that happen on Zoom? When y'all type, whenever somebody types, it pops up on me. Really weird. Is there any way I can cut it off for me? It messes up my look here. You know, I'm all about looking good. You know, can't have nobody's stuff in my blocking me. But anyway, when a woman wants to get married, the procedure in Islam is you go, okay, then that means you don't meet the criteria for marriage. If you are a convert to Islam, you can't even think about marriage until you find a guardian. Because there is no marriage without a guardian. If you don't have a guardian, you don't meet the criteria. So what you need to do, are there any Muslim men in your family? First of all, are there any Muslim men in your family? Okay, do you have any female Muslim friends who are married? Okay, what you can do is one of two things. You can first find a masjid, find an Islamic community that has a good imam, because the imam is the guardian of any single woman in his community. Or if you have a Muslim sister that you are very close to and you trust her and you respect her, and you trust her husband and you respect her husband can become your guardian. But you need to talk to her about that. Ask your Muslim sister friend. Ask her, tell her, would your husband be willing to be a guardian, to look for a husband for me? If he agrees, then he's the one that looks for you a husband. You don't look for yourself, especially since you're a convert, because all you're going to do is attract what you're used to having. You will attract whatever bad boys you had before you became Muslim. Okay? Yeah, but that's the way. Remember, the Prophet said everything has to be balanced. You know, shyness is a good thing, but you can't be too shy. You can't be too shy to learn your religion. You cannot be too shy to ask questions. You cannot be too shy to pray. You cannot be too shy to do things the way Allah said. And if this man agrees to be your guardian, you cannot be alone with him. Don't ever be alone with him unless his wife is present, because you know what? He might try to marry you himself. Hello. So don't ever be alone with him without his wife. Don't even talk to him without his wife. You can have his wife talk for you. So if you have a Muslim friend and she's married, ask her, can she, would her husband agree to be your guardian? And let her do the talking for you. Have her as the go-between you and him. The same way Khadijah, radiallahu anha, had her servant to be the guard, to go between her and the Prophet Muhammad. Don't you talk directly to him either. Let your servant, let his wife do that. So that way it doesn't end up messing up your relationship with her. Okay? But other than that, until you get a guardian, you can forget about marriage because you don't meet the criteria. And a woman cannot get married without a guardian. And he has to be a Muslim guardian. And if he's a Muslim, he knows what to do. And Allah knows best. Okay. Any other questions?
The next question is, I cook while fasting a lot. How and do we go by tasting our food? I taste, don't swallow, then spit it out. Rinse my mouth with mouthwash. Is that too much?
Yeah, that's too much. Nowhere does the Prophet Muhammad mention anything about mouthwash. They didn't even have mouthwash. You know, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that the religion is easy. Allah made this religion easy. Don't make it harder than what it is. You know, you can taste your food just the way you said you do, because the tongue is what tastes. Swallowing does not taste. Swallowing is eating. So we taste with the taste buds of the tongue. So do like that. All you have to do is put it in your mouth, move your tongue around, it gets on the taste buds, and then spit it out. That's it. You ain't got to wash your mouth. You ain't got to brush your teeth. You ain't got to drink no or take no mouthwash. That's it. Islam is easy. Don't make it hard on yourself. And Allah knows best. Okay.
Next question is it permissible for a single divorced woman to masturbate when she has sexual urges?
Again, we go through these same questions all the time. Again, when it comes to the lawful and the unlawful, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the lawful and the unlawful have been clearly defined by Allah. And Allah doesn't speak in riddles, and Allah doesn't make mistakes, and Allah doesn't forget. That's an authentic hadith. So no one can tell you that something is haram. The only one that has the authority to make something haram is Allah. And as the Prophet Muhammad said, if Allah didn't mention it, then that means it's lawful. And you have to accept the concessions. And don't give me no verse in the Quran that says Jack went up the hill, Jack fell down, and that means a man can have a baby. No, Allah don't speak that way. If masturbation is haram, there would be a clear verse that says, thou shalt not masturbate. There is nothing, I repeat, there is nothing, I repeat again, there is nothing, and I don't care what no 4 imams or 10 imams or 1 million imams said. There is nothing in the Quran that says that masturbation is haram. So, when you get to a situation like that, You look to see not what the 4 imams had to say about it. We don't look to see what Ibn Kathir thought about it, because none of them were companions of the Prophet. Instead, we look to see what the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about masturbation. And again, guys, if you ask me a question, then you listen to my answer. Do not put on the screen what some jerk said who is giving you his opinion. I'm giving you the answer from the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And don't come in here and ask me a question, guys, to try to fight with me, because I guarantee you will never win. Because Laila Nasheeba is unlike a lot of these men. I don't base my answers on the 4 imams. I don't base my answers on Fatwa online website. I base my answers on the understanding of the companions, and you're not going to win any fight with me. You're not going to win any debate with me. You understand? So, the companions had a lot to say about masturbation. Let me share with you what they had to say. But in order for you to accept it, you have to understand that Allah says in the Quran, the best of this nation were those companions who were with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No one else is better than them in faith. No one else is better than them in practice. Do you understand that, iPhone sister? If you understand that, then you wouldn't tell me what some man told you. Listen to me. Do you understand that? Because if you don't understand that, then we'll just be arguing. Do you know that no human being on planet Earth knows this religion better than the companions? Do you agree with that? Do you understand that not even Sheikh El-Bani knows this religion better than the companions? Do you understand that? Do you agree with that? If you agree with that, then you wouldn't open your mouth to respond to what I'm getting ready to say. After the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, this question came up. Oh yeah, the Prophet never talked about masturbation because he already told the companions, if Allah doesn't say it's haram, it's lawful. That's what the Prophet said. So the companions didn't ask questions like that. They knew that if the Prophet didn't say it was haram, it's lawful. Because again, they were strong in their faith. They understood wala wa bara. They understood la ilaha illallah. But after the Prophet died, Islam began to spread. It spread it throughout the Roman Empire. It spread it throughout the Persian Empire. As they spread it throughout Arabia and other territories, people came to the companions asking those questions. Let me tell you what the companions said. Ibn Abbas was asked, "Oh, Ibn Abbas, is masturbation lawful or unlawful?" Ibn Umar was asked, "Is masturbation lawful or unlawful?" Aisha radiallahu anha was asked, "Is masturbation lawful or unlawful?" These are the originals, like the original vampires. These are the original companions. Ibn Abbas said, "We used to go on many expeditions with the Prophet, and we didn't have men, the men didn't have their wives with them. And many of the men, the young men, would masturbate." He said the Prophet knew that the men masturbated, and the Prophet never said anything was wrong with it. That's what Ibn Abbas said. You understand? Let me tell you what Aisha radiallahu anha said. Aisha was asked by the Roman women. They said, "Oh, mother of the believers, oh, sometimes women like to touch themselves. Is this against Islam?" Aisha said, "Touching yourself is nothing but touching yourself." She said, "How could you think it was fornication? You're just touching yourself." Ibn Umar was asked about masturbation. He said, "It's nothing but rubbing your own skin." Sa'id al-Khudri was asked about masturbation. He said, "It's nothing but rubbing your own skin, making water." So that's what the best of this nation said about masturbation. And Allah says, no one understands this religion better than they. In fact, none of the companions, it was another one, he said it's better than fornication. Ibn Umar said masturbation is better than fornication. Are you crazy? There is no companion that I know of that said it's haram or thought it was haram, because they did it. And the Prophet didn't tell them there was anything wrong with it. So whatever your imam said, whatever your sheikh said, whatever your mufti said, who is he? And that's the end of it. I'll drop the mic again. Bang! You'll never win with me. The only time you'll win with me is if I deviate. If I deviate away from what those companions said, then you'll win. But as long as I answer with what the companions said, you can't do nothing. All right. Next question.
The next question is, my brother wants to know if a man can wear all red.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given a beautiful red cloak. He also had a red tent. We have a wonderful hadith in Sahih Bukhari where one of the companions said, "I remember seeing the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam dressed in a beautiful red cloak, and he never looked more handsome than he did then." And Allah knows best. Next question.
The next question is, the question that I have is, what do you do when you get done praying and someone tries to shake your hand?
What do you mean? What's wrong with that? You shake their hand back. I mean, I don't understand. What's the problem?
I mean, they say taqabbal Allah or something, after the prayer. They shake the hand and may Allah accept or something.
Yeah, this is some type of innovation that the people do. You tell them you don't innovate and keep it moving if you like Laila. That's all. Just tell them, thank you, brother. May Allah accept. I agree, but I don't innovate. And have a good day. Love you for the sake of Allah. Keep it moving. Real easy. Just tell people. You have to let the people know that, because Muslims today innovate so terribly. You just say to them, the Prophet didn't do this. The companions didn't shake hands and make dua like that after the prayer. So, we should stick to the Sunnah. Just tell them that we should stick to the Sunnah and keep it moving. Real easy. You got to let the people know. But now I want you guys to know, that's why I thought he was asking, was this. This is another Sunnah that we have deviated away from, shaking of the hands. Nowadays when you go to the masjid and you see a sister at the mosque, they'll come to you and want to hug and kiss. This 3 kiss. This is not from Islam. The way, this is what I thought he was asking. The way we greet each other is by shaking hands and saying, giving us the greeting of Assalamu alaikum. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every time you shake hands and give the greeting to another Muslim, your sins fall off from your hand. So you're forgiven for your sins. This is a sunnah that we need to bring back. Instead of all that hugging and kissing. Hugging and kissing is not what the companions did. They would assalamu alaikum and shake hands. Wa alaikum salam, sister. You know, your sins are forgiven. Everybody understand that? The hugging and kissing is not from the sunnah. That's what I thought he was asking. That's why I was going to say, what's wrong with shaking hands? It's a good thing. Because so many Muslims don't want to do that. You stick your hand out to shake a sister's hand, she pushes back. You know, that's not the sunnah. But if I were to hug her, she let me do that. And Allah knows best. Good question.
The next question is, what is the correct way of Islamic wedding? Can men and women be at the same wedding, or do they have to be separated?
Okay, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam married all his wives, and the companions all got married, and everybody was there. You know, everybody was there. Everybody, the weddings. And in fact, we have a hadith, whereas the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when you have a wedding, don't disinvite some people. Invite everyone. Your wedding celebration should be for everyone, not just a select few. But if you're asking, can women and men dance together and drop a tail feather and shake a tail feather together? No, we don't do that. Okay, but yes, when men and women attend the wedding, yes, they can attend. And I'm going to tell you guys something too that you're not going to hear a lot of these other brothers say. You know, there are hadiths where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sat at a table with women that were not mahrams too, and their husbands. You can sit at the same table too, believe it or not, guys. They don't have to be separate, but as long as they're not touching and close like that, because there's hadiths where they all would sit at the same table and eat. But the Prophet wouldn't sit next to a woman, okay? But if I'm sitting at a table and Dremali is across from me and another sister's across this way and another person there, there's nothing wrong with that. We can do that. There's hadiths where the Muslims, that's how they sat. Okay? You guys have to use your common sense. But as far as us touching, dancing, and all that partying together, like what they do in the day, no, we don't do all that crap. Okay, and Allah knows best.
Next question is, a brother wants to know, when you fast, your breath is incense that flows to heaven or smells like Ferdous?
No, that's not what that hadith means. And we're going to talk about that this next week. The hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah loves the smell of the breath of a faster, that it does not mean that your breath smells good, nor does it mean that your breath is like paradise, because paradise does not stink. Paradise is not funky. And that hadith is not talking about smell. What it means is Allah loves the sacrifice you're making. That's what makes Ramadan so special. Because we're sacrificing for Allah. When you're fasting, you're giving up your emotions, giving up your breath smell. You're making sacrifices for Allah. And Allah loves for us to abstain from eating to the point where our mouth becomes dry and our tongue becomes bitter and we smell. Allah likes the fact that you're sacrificing that for Him. That's what that hadith means. And by the way, you can brush your teeth. The Prophet used to brush his teeth. before he gave a speech when fasting, because you don't want to get up in the face of another Muslim stinking like that. Okay? You can brush your teeth. The Prophet used to brush his teeth every time he made wudu when fasting, because he didn't want his breath to smell. So that hadith does not mean that your breath smells like paradise. Your breath stank, man. And go brush your teeth and use some mouthwash too before you get up in somebody's face. The hadith is speaking about how Allah loves the sacrifice you made for him. You're putting your body through this. You're putting your body through this inconvenience to please Allah. And that's how we earn the love of Allah. And Allah knows best. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You understand the hadith now?
Yeah, he also wants to know, or he was told, he said, I was told if I didn't or don't masturbate, I'll be rewarded with something greater. My ahki said that's a wet dream.
Well, whoever told you this, like I said, I've given y'all what the companions of the Prophet Muhammad said. Remember, Islam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam talked about how this nation will divide into over 73 sects. He said all of them will be in hell. The only one that won't be in hell are the ones that stick to the traditional Islam. And then when he said that, one of the companions said, what is traditional Islam? The Prophet said the traditional Islam is what I am upon and what you all are upon and what the first 4 leaders after you will be upon. I've given y'all what the companion said. I even told y'all what the Prophet's wife said. Now, if y'all want to fight it, that's your business, because all of us are on different levels of faith. My faith is strong. I'll die for Allah. I'll die for the Prophet. I'll die for any companion. Okay? You may not be like me. You may die for your mother. You may die for your sheikh. You may die for your brother, your imam. I wouldn't. So we're different. I've given you the answer to that question. I've given you the dalil from out of the companion's mouth. And there is no scholar of hadith on planet Earth who will tell you that I made it up. Because if he's a scholar of hadith, he would know those hadiths because they're all authentic. So if you want to take it and still fight it, that's your business. I can't. Allah makes Muslims. Allah makes believers. Allah made the hellfire and he made paradise. All I am is just a messenger. That's it. Okay? So, and when it comes to this religion, whenever somebody tells you that something is haram, the Prophet Muhammad said they have to bring the dalil. So whoever is telling you that if you don't do that, you're going to be rewarded with something greater, why don't you go ask him for his evidence? I've given you my evidence. My evidence is so concrete. And so where's this person's evidence? And evidence is not a fatwa from Sheikh Kamadam a dozen. Evidence is not a fatwa from Ibn Kathir either. Evidence is not a fatwa from any of the 4 imams either. Evidence is from the book of Allah and the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad. So where is his dalil? And I already told you guys, when it comes to understanding, do we take the understanding of the 4 imams over Ibn Abbas? Do I take the understanding of any of the 4 imams over Aisha? Do that any of the 4 imams understand this religion better than Ibn Umar? Sa'id al-Khudri? Oh, I forgot. Az-Zubair? Oh, Ali. Ali got a hadith about masturbation too. You know, so do we take any of those people over any of them? So it shows where you are in your practice of this religion, where you are in your better, is your allegiance to Allah and to the Prophet, or is your allegiance to Allah and the 4 imams? Allah, the 4 imams, and the Prophet. Only you can answer that. That's your test. All right, next question.
The next question is, in the past, I did not fast while I was pregnant. And from your classes, I've learned that I was supposed to be fasting. What should I do now?
Just ask Allah to forgive you. Allah doesn't hold you accountable for what you did not know. That's the mercy of Allah. You didn't know. You were probably told that you don't have to fast by some dude, because they all tell you that, because they don't know what the companion said. They always go by their imams. So alhamdulillah, you're not held accountable. Just ask Allah to forgive you and keep it moving. Next time you get pregnant, fast, unless it's high risk. If it's high risk, you can't fast. If your doctor diagnosed you and he's Muslim, because the Kaffir's doctors will tell you all the time, oh, you guys are crazy, don't fast. You know. Yeah, so don't worry about it. Allah doesn't hold us accountable for what we did not know. That's his mercy. And we're going to talk about that in more detail during the month of Ramadan.
Question. I have a question, if I may.
Go ahead, babe.
Okay. So there's a hadith in Musnad al-Bazar. It's Hassan according to Al-Albani. And the hadith says that the Prophet ﷺ said, when you leave your home, you pray 2 rakat to prevent you from an evil exit. And when you enter your home, pray 2 rakat to prevent you from an evil entrance.
Yeah, this is, yeah. And by the way, let me tell y'all something.
What does that mean?
Okay, I'm explaining. Let me tell y'all something. This is something that bothers me and a few other people, other scholars I know. If it's in Bukhari and Muslim, we don't need Albani or nobody to tell us it's Hassan. Because once again, I mean, everybody knows Bukhari and Muslim is the best. That's it. That's the top. I don't need Albani to tell me it's Hassan.
Is it in Bukhari, this hadith also?
Yeah, that hadith is authentic. It's not in Bukhari, it's in Muslim. I'm saying, but my point is this: if you find a hadith in Bukhari, or you find a hadith in Muslim, you don't need Albani to grade it as Hassan. You should already know it's Hassan. Y'all understand? Because those are the two, and that's why I want y'all to join the class with Dr. Ali tomorrow. Is it tomorrow for him, or is it Sunday?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. my time, brother Elbain, you need to be in that class. Dr. Ali is doing hadith, the science of hadith. Okay, that class is held every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a 3-hour course. And he talks about that. You know, the Bukhari and Muslim are all authentic. Those are the 2 authenticated collection of hadiths. Bukhari is the 2nd strongest hadith on earth. The 3rd is Muslim. I mean, the 2nd strongest book on earth. The 3rd is Muslim. So you don't need nobody to grade it Hassan if it's already in those 2 books. I just wanted to make that point. Because I don't want y'all to fall into this category of, again, scholar worship. Unless Albani said it's Hassan, it ain't. Albani has his opinion. Just like Sheikh Uthaymeen had his opinion. Just like Sheikh bin Baz had his opinion. You know, these opinions, you know, based on whatever. But I just want y'all to understand those 2 books, they stand alone.
Okay, so, but is it correct to pray 2 rakat?
If you want to, this is something that let me explain this hadith.
If you want to, right? Is it?
Okay, something that you can do.
Right.
In the beginning of Islam, guys, when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam began his mission, I want you guys to remember that the Arabs were very superstitious, pessimistic people. They were very tribal. They used to fight against each other. They were always blaming things on the jinn. They were very superstitious about magic and all of that. So in the beginning of Islam, the prophet told them, you guys got to, he was trying to help build their iman, their belief of Allah in their heart, because that takes time. He said, you guys have to stop blaming everything on the jinn. If ever anything bad happened, they blame it on the jinn. If ever anything good happened, they blame it on their pagan god. Okay. So he said, y'all got to get out of this stuff. He said, good and evil come from Allah. Allah is the creator of good. Allah is the creator of evil. But it took years for the Arabs to get past that superstition. So the prophet told them, okay, you so superstitious, do this. Before you leave the house, make 2 rakats. When you come back in the house, pray 2 more rakats. That'll knock away your superstition of blaming everything on the jinn or blaming everything on somebody did hasid on you. But then later, as the companion's faith and belief grew, a lot of those hadiths he canceled out. Finally, before he died, he said, I used to be superstitious too. I used to fear hasid. I used to fear magic. I used to think everything was the jinn too. Until Allah sent down the Falak, the Nas, and the Ikhlas. He said, now all I do is recite those 3 surahs of the Quran and I keep it moving. So yes, that is an authentic hadith. Okay, because again, the prophet was trying to get the Arabs past all of that fear. He was trying to teach them to trust in Allah, to only fear Allah and not fear anything else. Nothing's going to happen unless Allah wills it. So in Medina, when that's when their faith grew in Medina after the battles and stuff, when the prophet saw that their iman had grown to that level, that's when he said, oh, subhanallah, just say those 3 surahs and keep it moving. The same thing I told you the other day, Brother Malik. Just recite the Falak, the Nas, and the Ikhlas and keep it moving, because nothing is going to hit you unless Allah wills it. You understand? You have to learn to trust in Allah instead of being afraid that somebody's going to hurt you, kill you, and all that. This is what so yes, those hadith, and that hadith is in Muslim, because that's what happened. Imam Muslim included in his collection. He was a student of Imam Bukhari, but he included in his collection the hadiths that were canceled out. Okay, Imam Bukhari put the canceled ones in his. Okay.
So this hadith was canceled.
Yeah, I mean, but if you want to do it, you can. I mean, if it's going to help you with your pessimism, because that's why the prophet had them do it. He had them do that, and by the way, you don't have to do that. But he suggested that they do that to help them get over pessimism and learn to trust in Allah. So if that's going to help you get over that pessimism, if that's going to help you to get over to realize that nothing's going to happen to you, then do it. Okay?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You say what days is the class?
Dr. Ali's class is every Saturday, just every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you.
Okay.
The next question is, when the imam calls the Athan, then he prays the 2 Sunnah rakats after he calls the Athan. Is that okay?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
And his other question was, when the imam is leading the prayer, is it okay for him to recite the Quran after he is done leading the prayer?
I don't understand that. What do you mean? If he gives salams, you ask him, can he go sit down and read the Quran? Are you asking that after leading the people in prayer, can imam go sit down and read the Quran? Yes, if that's what he want to do. You can read the Quran whenever you want to.
He said no, that's not what he's asking.
Okay, what do you mean? And by the way, guys, the Sunnah rakats, I like this question he asked. The Sunnah rakats are prayed after the Adhan, not before. I'm glad you asked that, Brother Ahmed, because there are some Muslims who think that they pray the Sunnah prayers before the Adhan. If you prayed before the Adhan, you didn't pray. There is no prayer until the Adhan has been called. Y'all guys understand that? When the Adhan is called, that's what it's called for. It's letting you know it's now time for Salat. If you pray the Sunnah rakats before the Adhan, you didn't pray nothing. Y'all get it? So yes, once the Adhan is called, you can proceed and pray your Sunnah prayers. Yes, whatever Sunnah prayers, if you want to make the 4 rakats, Abdur, because the Adhan, you wait till the Adhan is called. Then you go ahead and do your Sunnahs. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. After the Adhan, not before. And by the way, your breath does not flow to paradise. When you fast, your breath does not flow to paradise. Your breath don't do nothing. Go brush your teeth if they stink. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I know this is a joke, but I'm serious. You come around Laila with bad breath, I'm going to tell you, sister, you better go to the bathroom. I'll tell you, I got some guest toothbrush. I do. I keep spare toothbrushes, brand new ones. I'll tell you, I got some toothbrushes in the sink, in the guest bathroom, and there's some mouthwash and a couple of cups. Help yourself. Because Laila don't like bad smells. I can't do it. I have a sensitive nose. My nose is like a wolf. I can't take bad smells. I'll throw up. I'll go into a GERD attack. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's another question. My brother wants to know, I live in a city with only one masjid that is never open. What should I do as a Muslim man to perform Taraweeh and Jummah? And I work full-time, 10 hours, Monday through Friday.
You need to find out why the mosque is not open. Get in touch with the imam because what's going on? Why is the mosque not open? Especially during Ramadan. COVID ain't like that. Those COVID precautions have been uplifted. The world wants us to get used to COVID now because they say it ain't never going away. So ask why come the mosque is not open? Remember the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said if there are 2 or more Muslims living in the same town, living in the same city, they have to. It is obligatory to establish prayer together, congregational prayer. So if you got a mosque in your city, you need to figure out why come ain't nobody doing prayers there. Maybe you have to start a mosque. Maybe you got to turn your house into a place of congregation. If there ain't no masjid open, we'll turn my living room into a place of congregation and we'll all pray together during Ramadan. You might have to do that. Find out why the mosque ain't open. What city you live in? Hello, let's hear it. Don't tell me Philadelphia. What city you live in?
He said a small Kansas.
Oh, with Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy, where's Toto? Well, tell him he needs to get in touch with that mosque. Ask them why come the mosque ain't open. Tell them this is Ramadan. Hello. They got to tear them doors down. They got to open them up so y'all can come in there and congregate. This might be a way for him to get some good blessings. Tell him that's a good way for him to get some good blessings by making the Muslims do what they supposed to do in that small town. Alhamdulillah. Proud of the brother. And by the way, you do not have to move. You do not have to move. You do not have to move. And when making Sunnah prayers, and again, the Sunnah prayers are prayed after the Athan. If it's the, depending on the prayer. For example, if you're going to do the Sunnahs of Dhuhr, you got 4 Sunnahs before. You can do the after the Adhan for Dhuhr is called. Go ahead and make your 4 Sunnah rakats, or your 2 Sunnah rakats, and then do the obligatory prayer, and then afterwards do the other 2 Sunnahs. And you do not have to move places. Some people do that to show that the whole earth is spacious, but do I have to? No, I can stand right there and do it. Don't make this religion harder than it is by imposing conditions that were not imposed by the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Again, this is how you can tell if a person is teaching you Quran and Sunnah. It ain't about my opinion. It ain't about what I think, what I feel. Did the prophet say we had to do it, or did he say it's a good thing to do? It's a big difference. All right, next question. Yeah, you got to be rough and tough. Sister Sandra, one of the new converts here, she says, Sister Laila, you got to hold it down. That's right. You got to be rough and tough. You're dealing with men. Hello, I ain't talking to no sisters. These comments ain't coming from the women. These smart aleck comments are coming from the men. I got to be salama, rough and tough. By the way, that blood runs through here. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, the sisters ain't the ones. It's the brothers I got to be rough and tough with. Yeah.
The next question is, after listening to your lecture on lawful and unlawful, I do eat from KFC and Wendy, but one brother said to me, USA is not a Christian country, it's a secular country.
All right. Whoever this brother is, ask him to go get a dictionary. Look up the word secular. What does that have to do with religion? Secular is this is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the only one who has the authority to tell you something is haram is Allah, not nobody else. I can't come to you and say it's haram for you to click your teeth, because clicking your teeth is flirting. Just making up something. I have to bring the evidence. Did Allah say I can't click my teeth? Now do y'all see why the Prophet said only Allah has that right? Anyone that tells you that something is haram has to bring the clear proof, because it's clear. The lawful and unlawful are clear. Allah don't speak in riddles. He doesn't forget, and he doesn't make mistakes. And if something is confusing, what did the companions say? And y'all don't want to take me there. Oh, because the companions had a whole lot to say about simple comments like that. All right. So tell that brother, thank you. Have a good day tomorrow. Go find your dalil. When you bring me the dalil, I'll accept what you say. But that's a person that don't even speak English. He doesn't even know what the word secular means. What does the word secular have to do with Christian or religion? Look it up in a dictionary. These people don't even speak English. Was he Arab? Was he Mexican? Was he Bosnian? Where country he from? Tell him to go learn English and then come talk to you. And Allah knows best. We know less. Okay.
Next question is it haram to smoke cigarettes occasionally?
Oh, God. That's the same way sister is asking, is it okay to smoke weed occasionally? Is it okay to snort a little bit of coke occasionally? Is it okay to occasionally have sex out of wedlock? I already know, Dr. Dremali. Oh, is he here? Oh, gosh. That's my brother. Wait a minute, hold on for 1 second, guys. I got to text my brother. Okay. I text my brother, my Dr. Dremali. Yeah, so what was she asking me about?
She said, is it haram to smoke cigarettes occasionally?
Oh, that's the same as asking, is it okay to steal occasionally? Is it okay to fornicate occasionally? Okay, if something is haram, sweetie, that means it's haram. That means we can never, ever, ever do it. Everything that's haram, if it's something that's haram, it means that Allah hates it. Allah tells us in the Quran, he hates everything that he made haram. So you can never do it. And I know that that's a terrible habit. Smoking cigarettes, guys, nicotine. Let me talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about it. Because, we got a lot of people, Ramadan coming up. Let's just talk about it.
Colin.
And by the way, what are you getting a piercing at? Let's talk about it.
Any other questions?
This is gonna be good.
Welcome to Ask Sister Laila Live. Yeah, let's just talk about this for a second. A lot of people don't know nicotine is more addictive than crack is. Did y'all know that? Nicotine is more addictive than cocaine is. You can kick the cocaine habit and the crack habit, but still have a hard time with that cigarette. It's a terrible drug, guys. But you can do it. You can do it. And nowadays, they have so many things that can help you to kick the nicotine habit. One of the things that I have recommended many Muslims to use, and I'm telling you it works, and most of your healthcare insurances cover it, the Nicoderm patch. The Nicoderm patch really works, guys. It's a 30-day program. What it does is it gives you nicotine. It puts nicotine into your system to slowly wean you away. And by the end of the 30 days, you will be through smoking and never want a cigarette again. It works. You have to, first of all, be determined. Like the prophet said, stop smoking. Feel guilty about having that nasty, bad habit. Think about how dirty it is, how it makes you stink, how it stains the walls in your house, how it stains your fingernails, your hands, how your clothes smell bad, how you cough, that cough you can't get rid of. Think about those things and feel determined that you're going to do it and go out and buy those Nicoderm patches. I'm telling you, those patches work. And fasting, I'm telling you, during the month of Ramadan, most Muslims I know, they kicked it during Ramadan. But you can get the start on it now. Get you some Nicoderm patches. because you can fast with them too. By the way, guys, I'm going to talk about that. Wearing the Nicoderm patch does not break your fast. The Nicoderm patch does not break your fast. So, no, you cannot. Smoking cigarettes is the same as smoking weed. It's the same as smoking crack because it's an intoxicant. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said all intoxicants are haram. So just, think about the filth, how nasty that habit is. Go out and get them Nicoderm patches and start wearing them now. I'm telling you, it'll work. 30 days. Okay? But no, we cannot occasionally sin. We have to stop sinning completely. Start that Nicoderm patch program now. So that way when Ramadan starts a week from now, the nicotine patch is in your system to keep you going.
The next question is, does eating camel meat break your wudu? If so, why?
Okay, yes, the Prophet Muhammad, there is an authentic hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that about camel's meat. Why? Well, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that for every camel, there is a jinn that follows it. That's why we also cannot pray in a camel pasture, because every camel has a jinn that follows behind it, and they eat the droppings of the camel. They eat its droppings. Okay? So some of the companions said that that's why. In fact, I think Zubair was one of the ones that said that's why, because every camel has a jinn that follows it, and maybe because of that. All right? But yes, you make wudu after you eat camel's meat. And Allah knows best.
Next question is it okay to keep some non-halal money and dispose most of it, or do we have to dispose all of it?
What do you mean non-halal, non-halal? What type of money? Where's it from? Robbing a bank? We got to get more details. You a bank robber? Different answer. Interest? Different answer. I need to know what type of money it came, where it came from. King Tut's grave? Different answer. The kids like me. I got any kids in the Sunnahfollowers room? Y'all know the Sunnahfollower kids think I'm crazy. They like to laugh at me. The kids get me. The adults don't. But the kids get me. They know I got to be rough and tough dealing with these brothers in here. Hello? Q&A show. I got more brothers in here than sisters. What type of money? Where did it come from? Let me answer this question. If the money came from robbing a bank or stealing, you stole the money. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, in order for Allah to accept your repentance, 4 conditions must exist. Number 1, stop doing the sin. Number 2, feel guilty about having done it. Number 3, be determined to never do it again. And number 4 is make restitution if the sin entailed violating the rights of someone else. So if the money came from stealing or robbing, you have to return all of it. You can't keep some of it. If you don't return it all, that means you weren't sincere in your repentance, and Allah doesn't accept. Okay? So I hope that answers the question, because I don't know where the money came from. Okay.
If he is afraid to...
Oh, there he is. Come in here, Dremali. I need you in here. There he is.
Hold on. I'm in the hotel with my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, wait, hold on. Your girlfriend can get on the screen, too. You know, these brothers been whipping it to me today. I've had some crazy brothers in here today. My Q&A that turned into the brother show instead of the sister show. Hold on here. Brothers come in here with these questions. Here's Dremali. Watch they give Dremali all the respect in the world.
Okay.
They won't get smart with him. Hold on. Let me get. Turn your camera on. There you go.
I'm in a hotel.
Oh, you can't turn the camera on?
Okay. Salam alaikum.
There he is. Walaikum salam. Yeah, he wants to know about the money. Can you answer that? Because I don't know what he meant. You know, to be honest.
But you have the answer. You give have the answer.
Yeah, you.
Some people actually, for example, I don't know, Robin Bank, the police will arrest them. But any kind of money, if you are not, you cannot give the money directly because of like the name. This is better, as Laila said, to give the money is the best way. But sometimes afraid something happened to you, you can secretly give to them, or if they cannot see the person at all, make sadaqah on behalf of the person.
He said the money. He said he's getting paid under the. Wait a minute. He said now his question's different. Okay, is getting paid under the table haram? In other words, yeah, he wants to know.
You ask this question. What from where the sources came?
That's
with
right.
Many resources.
Where the money coming from, Face? Yeah, you getting paid underneath the table, but what type of, is it like gambling, a casino?
Many things. Gambling, that's what kind of money. You have to define exactly about the money. The money, as Laila said it clear, give it to them immediately. If safety to give is the best way, But believe it or not, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you reward. Same money you give that person, you will get the same reward.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what she's asking. Oh, Face, are you asking, like, say, for example, you work at a restaurant? Okay. Say, she says she delivers flowers, but instead of them giving her a paycheck, they just give her like $20. She's not on the payroll because maybe she's too young to get to work or whatever. Is that lawful?
No problem. No. This is your money.
Yeah, that's yours. Yeah.
It's yours. There's no haram here. It's your money. I give 25% for Sunnahfollowers.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that, sister. Yeah, that's not haram. Who told you that was haram?
No, it's not haram. No. But don't forget, 25% halal for Sister Laila website.
And there was a brother. See, I told you I got more brothers here. I thought there was a sister. I got this done turned into the Q&A Sister Laila brother show. And what about this?
By the way, for the meat of the cow, not the milk, Sister Laila.
Yeah, it was the meat. He asked about the meat. Yeah.
But you say the milk. The milk. I drink the milk actually in.
No, not the milk.
In Saudi Arabia for my kidney problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that in the kidney. I did that myself. I pray. And even asked the shuyukh in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. No, he asked about the meat, not the milk. Meat.
The meat. There is also between opinion only Abu Hanifa and Malik. Ahmed ibn Hanbal and Shafi'i, this is no only the certain people in that time on the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not everyone.
You got that, brother?
Not everyone. And also, and the reason that milk, when you eat that meat for the camel, some smell come out of your mouth and your stomach. And even when you go to the bathroom for a stool, also the smell when you're in the bathroom, even the smell is very hard. Very hard. But in America, we don't have camels.
Dr. Dremali, I meant to ask you, you and Dr. Ali, y'all doing the classes this weekend still, right? So it's
correct. The Sunday going to be 10:30, not 10 o'clock. Astaghfirullah. 11:30, not why? Because there's a meeting in a university. Me gonna be 11 theory, not 11 o'clock.
Okay, so that's for you for Sunday. But tomorrow he's still at 11, right?
Correct.
And your dream class is Sunday too, right? Dreams is Sunday, right?
Sunday night.
At 9 o'clock. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna do the schedule tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. And next week I'll be in. I will be in the city of Sin City. Sin City.
Yeah, I got his flyer. Dr. Ali sent me the flyer for the 10th. It's a nice little flyer he put together. That they're going to be him and the Masjid Noor, whatever it is. Yeah, I got his flyer.
What?
Yeah, I told you he's doing a streaming thing.
Oh, yeah, I know. But he didn't know.
Yeah, he sent me the flyer. It's it's him. It's do not despair. A message from the Quran regarding Gaza. Aris live at Masjid Noor. It'll be him and the brothers of Masjid Noor, Saturday, March 9th, 2:30 Eastern.
Yeah, Masjid Noor in Las Vegas?
Yeah, in Las Vegas. He said, yeah, live at Masjid Noor in Las Vegas.
Text me that,
yeah.
Please.
And he got on here streaming. It's streaming all over from you, from Sunnahfollowers. He said he got a Zoom room and everything too. Let me send it to you now. Okay, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Okay, I'm sending it to him now. Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys? Go ahead. Keep it going. I'm glad Dr. Dremali came in. You see how the brothers all calmed down? You see that, Fatma? Where's Ifti?
Yep, they did.
They got calm. Why come you brothers give Laila Nasheeba a hard time? But then when Dr. Dremali pop in here, that's why he popped in. Y'all clam up. What happened, Brother Sadiq? HK? Brother Siddiqui, what happened? When Dr. Dremali come in, y'all clam down. Quiet. No, it ain't no crump show. Yeah, but mashallah. So you got the answer, Brother Faith? Yeah, so if it's underneath the table, and by the way, guys, sometimes, you know, you get those good jobs that pay under the table. Those are the best jobs. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not haram. That's not a haram job. That's good. Okay. But if you steal something, that's different. If it's stealing or something like that, you have to return the money back to the people. You guys got that? Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, sister wants to know, can I give zakat to my sister? She has saved money, but she will use for a biz. She is jobless, and is she legible to receive? She has a part-time job that doesn't pay much.
This is a very good question. And let me put this back up. This is a very good question. And I'm so glad that she asked it, because I was supposed to answer this question last week. And I forgot because we got tied up with the polygamy people. But wait a minute, let me put this back up too. I'm just gonna get ready to put it up now, sister. That's the call-in number. I don't know why she wanted to call in, but that's the call-in number. 862-370-2838. Zakat. Zakat is not to your immediate family, guys. Your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers. These are people that you're supposed to help all year round. Y'all understand that? Do you got that? And hold on for a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, people. Please hold on for Hold on for 1 second, too.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Sheikh Morsi. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Okay, I got a question. I'm on doing the Q&A show. One of the sisters, I just want to make sure that I gave her the right answer. She said her zakat, her yearly zakat, can she give her yearly zakat to her sister?
Does her sister lives with her or in another house?
Can you hear him, sister? This is Sheikh Morsi, by the way, guys. He's the scholar of the website. Does your sister live with you? Ask her what she typed.
She says she lives by herself.
She lives by herself.
Is she married?
You hear him? Is she married? She said no. No.
Yeah, okay. She can give the sister. Yeah, she can give her.
She can give it.
If she is poor, right?
Is she poor? Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go with some more stuff. Even if she has saved money, if your sister has saved up money, what she needs your zakat for? Her sister has money saved up, so she's not poor then.
Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, إنما صدقات للفقراء والمساكين. He said 8 categories, 8 people, they receive zakah. Fuqara or masakin among them. Fuqara means poor people. And masakin, some people, they have income, but their income is not enough. The faqir or the poor person have nothing. The miskin, so Allah started with faqir because he have nothing. The miskin can own something, he have income, but it is not enough. Okay, so if she is poor, you can give her. If she have income but not enough, you can give her. If she is not neither both, so she doesn't deserve it. She said she is saving money. How much money? I don't know.
Okay, she just typed that her sister.
I cannot,
her sister's trying to buy a business. She's saving up her money to buy a business. She doesn't qualify for zakat.
So she have money to buy a business means she have money.
Right.
She cannot. This is the right. As zakat, it is the right of faqir or miskin. Either faqir, he have nothing, or miskin, his income is not enough.
Right.
But someone he is saving money or she's saving money to make a business, this is not one of the people to give them zakah.
Okay,
subhanallah. Your sister or another person.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Sheikh Morsi, and inshallah, I'm going to be contacting you next week because we need a Q&A for Ramadan.
Before Ramadan, in Ramadan, the time is very tight.
Okay, I'll check with you. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But she can't help her sister to give her a loan, whatever, but not from zakat.
Not from zakat. You hear that, sister? Yeah. You can give her a loan, but not
Allah
from zakat.
Allah did not leave the zakat for everyone to choose. Even for the Prophet, He mentioned the 8. إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمسكين والعاملين عليه. He said 8 kinds of people, they have right to receive zakat. So your sister not among them. You can help her if you trust her. You can give her a loan. You can share with her whatever, but you cannot give her zakat. Okay?
Alhamdulillah.
And the zakat also, you cannot give zakat to your children or grandchildren, or your parents or grandfathers or grandparents. Okay? Because you are responsible. If they need, you support them without zakat. You cannot give zakat to someone you are responsible to take care of him or her. Okay? But your sister, she is not among these categories. She have money. She is making a business. Okay? So the business is not a part of zakat. Okay? That's it. Jazakallah.
Okay. May Allah bless you, Sheikh Morsi. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Okay, I thought so. I thought I was right, but I always make sure. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. Sometimes you guys will throw me a question like that. I got to go through. Wait a minute. Let me get Sheikh Morsi up in here. Yeah. So no, she falls in the category of somebody you got to help anyway. But she just want to save her money for a business. A miskin. We're going to talk about that. Miskin in English means a needy person. She's a needy person. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the needy person is not the one that's going around begging. The needy person has pride. It's too prideful to ask you for money. Okay. So miskin, that's the needy person. She's not needy. She just want to take her money and do what she want with it. She can take that money for her business and use it to pay her bills. Because who says she need to have a business? But she got to pay her bills. It's all about priorities. We got to pay our bills. You don't want to die owing debts. But who said you had to have your own business? I want to open up a Starbucks. Y'all know I'm trying to do it. If I can get my credit cards paid off. Got to pay the credit cards first. Okay. Subhanallah. Okay. Any other questions? Go ahead.
The next question is, if you have a savings account that accumulates interest, can you give away the interest that occur?
Okay. First of all, you shouldn't have a savings account. Nowadays, in the year 2024, there's no excuse for that. People that have savings accounts are people that's greedy because you want the interest. Because now you can get a non-interest checking account. You can take your money and put it in a non-interest checking account. So what are you doing with a savings account? The only reason you got it is because you want the interest. Get rid of it. Get a savings account. Before I retired, I had 2 accounts. I had my regular checking account that I used to pay my bills, and I had another checking account that I put my savings in. And neither one draws interest. So no, get rid of that savings account and get you a non-interest checking account. Or you can put it in a CD, or you can put it in this other thing that they have. There's so many things you can do with your money now that don't entail interest. There's no excuse for Muslims. Any Muslim in America, there's no excuse for you to have no savings account. And Allah knows best.
The same sister about helping her sister, she said, aren't the brothers responsible for their sisters? I should help, but shouldn't be from the male family members financially.
Girl, if we lived in an Islamic world, a perfect world, yes. But that don't happen no more. You can't make people do their job. I got 4, bro. According to the laws of Islam, let's talk about it. Here we go again, guys. Let's talk about it. We're going to play the laws of Islam.
Colin.
And by the way, what are you getting a pierce today? Let's talk about it.
Any other questions?
This is gonna be good.
Welcome to Ask Sister Laila Live. Okay, let's talk about it. According to Islam, women don't have to work. We're supposed to be princesses, staying at home, protecting ourselves, taking care of our families. If we don't have a husband, the men in our families are supposed to provide and maintain us. But that ain't happening, is it? I got 4 brothers. I'm a single woman. Technically, according to Islam, my brothers are supposed to be paying my rent, buying my food, buying my clothes, getting my facial done, my hair done, getting my new my alligator purse and shoes. That's supposed to come from my brothers. My Lexus, it's supposed to be them. But it don't happen that way. These brothers ain't doing their job. But yes, to answer your question, it's the responsibility of the men in the family to take care of the women, not the women to take care of the men. But again, remember the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Islam will become strange, and it will revert back to how it used to be before Islam. So Islam is strange. It's not being practiced right. Nowhere on this planet. Even in the Arab lands, the men are not taking care of the women like they supposed to. Even in the Muslim lands, you got women having to work in order to provide and maintain themselves because the men are too busy taking care of their wives and their children and not their sisters. But yes, to answer your question, if we lived in a perfect world, none of us sisters would have to ever worry. It would be our brothers and uncles and cousins too. The cousins too. It would be their job to take care of us. But there is no utopia on earth, nowhere. We'll get it in paradise, inshallah. Yeah. Next question.
The next question is, how can I get my 12-year-old son who likes to eat in the habit of fasting?
Oh, girl, your 12-year-old son should have been fasting. Remember, guys, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, teach your children to fast when they're 7. Make them fast when they're 10. He should have been fasting when he was 10. The only thing I can tell you to do is what my mother did to me when I was growing up. Whoop my behind if she caught me eating. I'm telling you, hello. Mama was a rolling stone. My mother caught me. I'll never forget this one time. Where's Latifah? Oh, I was 12 years old. Oh, yeah, I was Miss Know-It-All, Miss Got It Together. My mother was taking a nap. I said, I'm tired of fasting. This was in the summertime, too. I went downstairs, opened up the refrigerator, took out some milk, got me a bowl and poured me some Cheerios, put that spoon in there and took that first bite. As soon as I put the spoon in my mouth, I felt this bam in the back of my head. It was over. My mother whooped my behind. She said, now eat this. She pulled out the leather. Oh, yeah. So that's all you can do. I mean, at the age he is, he should have been fasting. He's 12. He's the age I was trying to be slick. And I was fasting at the age of 7. But when I was 12, I became rebellious. Whoop his behind if you catch him not eating. If you catch him eating. And also bring him to this website, to the classes, guys. Let him, my 6 o'clock class every day from now on is focusing on Ramadan. Let your children participate in my class because they're gonna fall in love with Ramadan. They're gonna fall in love once they understand the reason why we fast, the benefits of it, the virtues of it, how close it brings them to Allah, because children's hearts are innocent. They're going to want to do it. That's what happened to me. I ended up wanting to do it once I understood it better. So have your 12-year-old son in my class every day at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because we'll be talking tomorrow about the virtues of fasting. When he understands the virtues of it and the reason why we do it, it's going to make him want to. Okay? And also whoop his behind if you see him eating something. I'm sorry. It's the truth. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Any other ones? Was that it for that one?
Yeah, those were it.
Okay. Good questions today too, guys. I just can't believe how these brothers all tamed down since Dremali came in here. I ain't got all that typing on the screen and stopped. Y'all see that? Ain't no typing on the screen, all that trying to answer my questions. Boy, that's all it takes is a man to get up in here. Woo! Maybe I should do the Ask Sister Laila Live Show and have a brother up in here all the time. SubhanAllah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but the savings account, yeah, that's how you get rid of that, guys. You shouldn't have no savings account. What's the excuse for that when you can get a non-saving, a non-interest account? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what the sister here is saying. She put hers in a. She says she put her money in the bank. Yeah, they do that too. You can do that too. Exactly. No excuse nowadays. Yeah. Also, guys, I want to really encourage everybody to be here tomorrow for Dr. Ali's class. His class is every Saturday morning from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till 1. It's a 3-hour course. He's teaching you the fiqh of the Quran and the hadith, the science of the Quran and the science of the hadith. And his English is perfect. You guys will love his class because he's Egyptian, like the rest of us, but he speaks good English. His English is good like mine because he was born in America. So he speaks very good English. You will love his class. And he's very, he breaks it down so easily. Yeah. Sister Aya wants to know, how do we dispose of something that has Allah's name on it? I have old work that I can't keep, but don't know how to just throw it away. Throw it away. What you mean old work? Like what? Just throw it away. I want you guys to understand religion is not as complicated. Back in the days of the companions, radiallahu anhu, they didn't like to leave, for example, the Quran, the mushaf around, because remember, the companions were fighting the Romans, the Persians. They had enemies. These people wanted to degrade Islam, degrade Allah's book and all of that. So the companions would burn it. They would burn pages and stuff like that. So the Kafirs couldn't get to it and defile it. But, you don't have to go through all that extreme stuff. Just throw something away. If y'all got papers, I got a lot of papers with Allah's name on it because I'm always writing notes. I take it and throw it in the garbage and keep it moving. Keep it moving. If somebody want to go through the garbage can like an idiot and try to find my papers, that's their problem. They ain't hurting the law anyway. You ain't hurting the law. So we don't have to be so fanatical. When the companions did that stuff, y'all got to remember they were fighting in a war. They were fighting. And they were trying to protect and preserve Islam. You ain't fighting nobody. You ain't trying to protect and preserve nothing. Just take your papers and throw them in the garbage and keep it moving. Because are they hurting the law? Because you got the name Allah on something, is that hurt? I got Allah's name written on a piece of paper. If you want to go in there and do that's your problem. Allah don't need your help. If Allah want to discipline somebody, he will. So don't make the religion as hard and fanatical. I mean, I know y'all hear them other brothers tell y'all to do bury stuff. I mean, come on. Ain't no need to be fanatical. Just throw it in the trash. Just that simple. The Quran is something different. You got papers. Throw it in the garbage. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, but the companions would do it to their papers too, though, because you have to remember, guys, they were constant jihad, nonstop. It's different. They were protecting the religion. Yeah, just throw their stuff away. Okay, let me look at this. She's sister here. Wait a minute. I hit the wrong button. Let's hope my screen don't freeze. Hold on. Sister, tell me to look at my text. You text me a question? Hold on. Lord, have a mercy, sister. Okay, sister has a question. She wants to know. What if your father, and we get these questions all the time. What if your father doesn't pray? Can I get somebody else to be my guardian? No, it doesn't matter if your father don't pray, don't fast, or whatever. He still professed to believe La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, and he's still your blood. You cannot fire your father, sisters. If your father don't want you to marry somebody, you don't have to play the dirty dozen. That's what a lot of you young girls do. You want to marry some boy that you met on the internet when you shouldn't have met him anyway. And your father told you over his dead body. And now you want to go and tell everybody that your father drink, he smoke, he do drugs, he ain't no good, he won't let me marry a Jim Bob. You know, I don't care if your father drink, do drugs, or whatever. As long as he declares La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and as long as his blood continues to run through your veins, he's your daddy. He's boss daddy. And Jim Bob got to bounce. Y'all understand that, sisters? You cannot replace your father with somebody else because you want to marry Jim Bob. So you sisters got to stop that and stop looking for a man on your own. Follow the procedure. If you want to get married, you tell the men in your family. They're the ones that go look for you. You don't look for yourself. Because all you're going to pull in is garbage. Okay? Okay, here's another question. What about disposing of hair clippings? Okay, again, back in the time, the 6th century, when the Prophet lived, it was the 6th, 7th, 8th century. Back in the 6th century, the Arabs were pessimistic people, like I told you guys. Before Islam, the Arabs were very barbaric. They were warriors. They were very, very pessimistic, superstitious, tribal, all of that. And they were so afraid of the jinn. Everything was the jinn. The jinn did it. The jinn this, the jinn that. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the beginning of Islam, again, he told the people to try to break them out of that pessimism. If you're so worried about somebody doing magic on you, then bury your hair. Okay? Bury it. Get rid of it. Bury it where they can't find it. All of that, again, was to try to break the Muslims out of being pessimistic, to try to teach the Muslims to trust and fear only Allah. Do you have to bury your hair? No. Throw your hair in the trash if you want. If you trust in Allah, let me share this hadith with you. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, there will be 70,000 people who will enter paradise and never be held accountable. Allah will simply just have already forgiven them of their sins. He will simply tell them to go stand at the bridge and wait for it to open. They were the strongest in faith. They were not pessimistic. That means they were not superstitious. They didn't even do ruqyah. They simply trusted in Allah. They weren't afraid of people taking their hair, doing magic on them, because they knew that nothing can harm them. Nothing can benefit them unless Allah allows it. So the same answer I gave the other brother earlier, if you're afraid, if you're one of those pessimistic people who always thinks the jinn is trying to hurt you and people trying to hurt you, you can bury it. But if you're strong in your iman like Laila Nasheeba, I comb my hair and throw it in the trash and keep it moving. Could care less, because can't nothing hit me unless Allah allows it and Allah wills it. Do you understand? Same hadith. We Muslims got to get out of this pessimism. The evil eye does exist. Magic does exist. But you have to trust in Allah. You have to trust in Allah and work on developing your relationship with Him. Everybody understand that? So if you want to burn your hair, if you want to bury it, knock yourself out. If you want to throw it down the toilet, you want to throw it in the garbage, you want to just blow it in the wind. Do whatever turns you on. It ain't nothing but hair. And ain't nothing going to harm you. Nothing's going to hit you unless Allah allows it. And Allah wills it. Y'all understand that? And Allah knows best. Same answers. You see how, like the prophet said, we will revert back to how we used to be? Many of the Muslims today are pessimistic, like they used to be in the beginning. Many Muslims today are superstitious, just like they were in the beginning of Islam. Life is a circle, and then you die. All right, guys, I'm looking at the time. It's 11 o'clock. Alhamdulillah. I think we had a very good Q&A session. You guys had some very good questions today. I want to remind everybody to be here in the morning at 11 a.m. for Dr. Dremali's class. I'm going to stream it everywhere. Yes, brother. I will stream it on. You see how I redid it? The brothers on Twitch say they like how I redid it. Yeah, I redid Twitch.
Not Dr. Dremali's.
Oh,
Ali's.
Yeah, Dr. Ali. That's right. It's Dr. Ali's tomorrow. Be here at 11 a.m. for Dr. Ali's class. And also tomorrow, don't we have Brother Hanif? Fame?
Yeah, his speak tomorrow too, because he didn't do last Saturday.
Okay, yeah. So we got Dr. I'm going to do the schedule after this, guys. We have Dr. Ali at 11 in the morning. And then we have Dr. Asim. Dr. Asim is at 3 o'clock. Then we have my class at 6 on the virtues of Ramadan, the virtues of fasting. Make sure y'all bring the kids to my class too. I want the whole family participating in my class. And then Brother Hanif is going to be doing the Minhaj class. So a lot of classes tomorrow. Everything kicks off at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please be here. And let me show you guys. I think I got it in here. Is it Dr. Ali's thing? Let me play a couple of these commercials.
Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers presents a new and exciting course to add to your Islamic learning and development. Interpretation in Living with the Quran, taught by Sheikh Saad Hassanin, considered to be one of the most accomplished scholars of Quranic science in the United States. He is a member of AMJA, the Assembly of Muslim Jurists of America. He holds a PhD in Islamic Studies, professor at IUM. His specialty is in 10 different styles of Quranic recitation and jurisprudence. Classes will be held every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming right here on Sunnahfollowers. Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers, in association with Aris Institute, presents to you an intensive foundation in Islamic studies. We welcome Dr. Ali Shihada, who will be teaching the science of the Quran and the Hadith every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, streaming right here on Sunnahfollowers. Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers, in association with Aris Institute, presents to you an intensive foundation in Islamic studies. We welcome Dr. Ibrahim Dremali, who will be teaching the Aqidah and the Seerah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, streaming right here on Sunnahfollowers. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Please join us on Saturdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, for a special presentation. We welcome Dr. Ibrahim Dremali for the Dream Interpretation, exploring the art and science of dreams. Once again, it's Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to attend, we do ask you to please join the Zoom room to detail your dreams for interpretation. We look forward to seeing you there, and we look forward to having your dream interpreted by Dr. Ibrahim Dremali, streaming right here on Sunnahfollowers.
All right, guys. So that's what we have lined up for this weekend. And don't forget, we also have the Minhaj class with there it is, the Minhaj class with Brother Hanif. That's also going to be tomorrow, and that's going to be around 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time too. So we got a lot of classes this weekend. Please try to have your family, and remember, we're family oriented. What does that mean? Bring the cheering. The cheering. Yeah, had the cheering sit around to put us on the big screen TV. I need to put an ad out. Remind me to make an ad about the big screen TV. Yeah, we're going to put us on the big screen TV. And had a cheering. The whole family sit around and eat popcorn, watch Sister Laila go off on the men. And I just can't, I'm going to tell y'all, this is hilarious. Fresno, these men have been in here challenging me all night long. Dremali popped in, they shut up and ain't said nothing. That's a shame how you brothers treat women. You know the non-Muslims talk about how bad you men treat women. Laila Nasheeba don't tolerate it though. I make you eat egg and wear egg on your face. Hello, but my brother came in and had my back. Dremali had my back. He's a black belt in karate too. Hello. All right. So anyway, guys, I'm going to put some humor in there. All right. So inshallah, I'm going to close out for tonight. Make sure that y'all have the whole family here at 11 a.m. for all the classes tomorrow. It's the weekend. Get the kids ready for Ramadan. Have them participate. Learn the science of hadith. Learn the science of the Quran. Learn the minhaj. Learn about the fiqh of fasting. And also what it means to believe in Allah's prophets, alayhi salam. So I'm going to close out for tonight. It was a pleasure having everybody here. Please keep me, Laila Nasheeba, in your supplications. Y'all know the life of a female dai is hard. It ain't easy. Keep me in your supplication because I got to keep this toughness, this rough toughness going on screen. All right. Peace out, everybody. Inshallah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.